Hello everyone and welcome to the Inner Weather channel, where we take a look at a concept and give it some light. I'm your host Naomi, staying in my sunshine state of mind. In my opinion, we are all capable of feeling better if we just slow down and check in with ourselves. Before we begin, here's the disclaimer. I'm not a therapist, doctor, or medical professional. What I share here is for reflection, education, and personal insights only, not medical or mental health advice in any way. Always trust your own discernment and seek professional support when needed. You all know this, right? Take good care of yourself and enjoy our time together. I'm here to give you permission to slow down, take a breath, and think about your inner well-being. If you can spare just 10 minutes to check in with yourself, then you're in the right place. Here at Inner Weather, we take a few moments to notice what's happening inside, the emotional and mental atmosphere we're carrying, just like we notice the weather outside. Some days are calm, some days are stormy, and all of it passes. Remember, everything is temporary. My personal and preferred inner weather is sunshine, blue skies, and anywhere near the sea. When I'm in this place, experiencing this, whether just in my mind, my whole mind and body, relax, I feel great and enjoy life much more. I'm at peace, and slowing down helps me breathe and relax. Isn't this the best space of all? Yes, don't we all want to feel good? Of course. Okay, so let's begin. With a nod to St. Valentine, today's inner weather forecast is love. Not the dramatic movie montage kind, not the complicated conditional kind either. We're talking about love as a practice, a posture, and a way of moving through the world, even on busy, imperfect days. Let's explore what love actually means, why it matters, and how we can cultivate more of it in very real, very doable ways. So what does love mean by definition? According to the dictionary, love is defined as a strong feeling of deep affection, care, or attachment towards someone or something. Another definition expands it further as an unselfish concern for the well-being of others. What's important here is that love isn't just an emotion, it's also an orientation, a way of relating. Love can be felt, yes, but, and this is the important part, it can also be chosen, expressed, and practiced, even when emotions are neutral or mixed. Love doesn't require perfection, it doesn't require agreement, and it doesn't require grand gestures. Often, love shows up in very quiet ways, listening without interrupting, choosing patience over reaction, offering kindness without expecting a return. At its core, love is attention infused with care. And don't we all want to be noticed? Of course we do. Who doesn't want that validation of I matter? So what are the advantages of expressing love? When we express love toward ourselves or others, something subtle but powerful happens. First, love regulates us. When we act from a place of care, our nervous system naturally softens. Stress hormones decrease. We feel more grounded, less reactive, and more present. Second, love improves clarity. When love is present, we're less likely to act from fear, defensiveness, or assumption. Love doesn't mean passivity. It means responding rather than reacting. Third, love builds trust. People feel safer around those who consistently lead with care. Even brief interactions, a smile, a thoughtful word, a calm tone, can change the emotional weather of a room. And finally, love is contagious, not in a dramatic way, but in a subtle, human way. When one person slows down and leads with kindness, others tend to mirror it, often unconsciously. Love has ripple effects we rarely see, but they matter. We all matter and deserve to feel loved. So how can we cultivate love when life feels busy? Now, let's be honest. Most of us aren't walking around feeling serenely loving all day. It's not all rainbows and unicorns, right? Life gets busy, and we are human after all. Thoughts pile up. Responsibilities pull us in multiple directions. People need us. Our chores pile up, and before you know it, we're spinning out and stressed with a terrible headache. So how do we cultivate more love when life feels crowded? You all know that I like to break it down with thoughts, words, and deeds. Let's start with your thoughts. Love begins internally. When your mind feels busy or self-critical, love can look like speaking to yourself the way you would to a friend. We are so hard on ourselves. Is your self-talk kind? Maybe you pause before harsh judgments. Try and take a moment before saying anything. Just a beat, or count to 3, or take a deep breath. In that moment, the anger or whatever loses its intensity. Maybe you can allow imperfection without immediate correction. Not everything needs to be fixed. A simple internal question can help. What would a more loving interpretation be right now? You don't have to force positivity. Maybe you can allow imperfection without immediate correction. Not everything needs to be fixed. A simple internal question can help. What would a more loving interpretation be right now? You don't have to force positivity. Just soften the edge. Next, in your words. Words carry weight and can cut to the core. We've all been there, either on the receiving end or saying something mean to someone else. Knowing this, we need to be very deliberate about how we say what we say, right? Cultivating love through language might mean choosing honesty without sharpness, or maybe replacing blame with curiosity. Maybe ask, why is that important? Or maybe it's offering appreciation, even briefly. A loving sentence doesn't need to be poetic. Sometimes it's as simple as, I see you, thank you, or I understand. When was the last time you said any of these? It just takes a moment of awareness to say a kind word. In your deeds, love becomes real through action. This doesn't require adding more to your schedule. It often means bringing presence to what you're already doing, giving someone your full attention for 1 minute, being a good listener, letting someone merge in traffic, pausing before responding to a difficult message. Love is often found in restraint, choosing calm where reaction is easy. When was the last time you stopped what you were doing to listen to someone else? Do you drift when someone is sharing with you? Hopefully, you become aware of this and try slowing down enough to hear what they are sharing with you. Can you do that? Can you stop your busy mind and just listen? It's a loving thing to do, and the other person will know you care. And since we're here in the love month of February, let's remember that love is not just chocolates and sentimental cards or heart-shaped balloons. When all the fanfare dies down and we move on to the next holiday, love is still needed. It's not just about the 14th and enough red, white, and pink to last a lifetime. It's more about spending time with people you care about. And if you have loved ones across the miles, please take a moment to reach out. Call if you can, or just send them a quick text message. Anything is better than nothing. Small or large, any effort is appreciated. Now ask yourself some self-reflective questions to think about, now or later, or just pause the video to reflect quietly. Where in my life could I respond with a little more love instead of urgency? How do I speak to myself when things don't go as planned? What does love look like for me right now? Realistically, not ideally. There's no right answer. These questions aren't meant to fix anything. They're simply invitations to notice. Now let's zoom out. How do we emulate more love? Not just personally, but collectively. Love in the world doesn't require agreement. It requires humanization. It looks like listening to understand rather than respond. Are you a good listener, or are you the one doing all the talking? Maybe it's about allowing others to be complex. We are all equally flawed. So let's go forward with a little more grace towards ourselves and others. Or maybe it's choosing dignity over dominance. It means remembering that everyone is navigating something unseen. One of the most powerful ways to spread love is consistency. Not intensity, not performance, consistency. Showing up calm, kind, and grounded, even when it's unnoticed, and maybe especially then. Love doesn't need to announce itself. It simply needs to be practiced. As we wrap up, remember this. Love isn't something you have to wait for. It's something you can orient toward, moment by moment. However your life unfolds, love can still be present, quiet, steady, and available. I firmly believe we are either operating from love or fear. Choose love going forward. Forgive everyone and hug your family, friends, and pets. Life is short. Be present. Show kindness. It doesn't cost anything and can change someone's day. You might be the only nice person they interact with all day. Thank you for spending this time with me and with yourself. As you travel through the world, remember that love is something to allow. As you become a better version of yourself, wherever today takes you, remember, inner weather shifts, storms pass, and the sun will shine again. And love often arrives when we stop chasing it. Until next time, remember your north, south, east, and west. You are noble, you are special, you are enough, and you are worthy.